In the book Proyecto Carrito 2010 to 2016, the chapter Aquí no hay vergüenza, or Here There Is No Shame, includes accounts and letters written by participants of the Students for Rhetorical Mobility, a writing collective at Emerson College made up of faculty, students, and immigrant maintenance workers. These stories on their lives and perspectives as U.S. immigrants navigating literacy, migration, and social mobility strongly evokes transnationalist themes. For example, in the excerpt Ramira's Story, we learn about Ramiro Soto, an immigrant from Guatemala who came to the U.S. to escape the violence and corruption in his homeland and seek a better living. Having to work full-time from an early age meant that he was unable to pursue academic endeavors and struggles with his English, so he faced a lot of difficulties in the U.S. due to the rigid social class hierarchy. Ramiro says in Spanish that, "Here I may suffer from the cold or not having a great job, but at least know I can go home and know that my family will be there and nothing will happen to them or me." Ramiro's transnational connection to his homeland is apparent through the friends and family he still has back in Guatemala and the financial support he sends them. His story is similar to that of other immigrants in Proyecto Carrito, but also in other course readings he have done in English through 12, such as the overseas Filipino workers that we learned about in the article Letters and Cassettes by Mirka Medino and Daniel Miller. Additionally, through the writing of Bianco Giovanni Baggio Ocasio, we even see an example of someone realizing their transnational identity. In her letter, Bianca explains that she's originally from Puerto Rico, but had the opportunity to go to college in America. Bianca acknowledges that her decision to immigrate wasn't pressured by some dire situation, but rather motivated by the chance to find independent success in her new life. She actually didn't even want to go in the first place and actually had some spite towards her Gringolandia destination, a sentiment that is ingrained in her from her homeland. Coming to the US, she struggled a lot with her identity as an American, Latin American, and Puerto Rican, but then found the Students for Rhetorical Mobility. There, from the immigrant workers' stories of sacrifice, determination, and kindness, she says she learned identity isn't defined by things like legal documents or borders, but by human actions. Bianca has a similarly fluid outlook on culture, not as traditions that strictly governs a person's life, but shared features of a community that are enthusiastically practiced. She ends off her letter with notes of gratitude to her fellow groupmates in Spanish. "Thanks to your stories, I am now part of a culture and a bigger nation that speaks more than 10 languages and whose children are citizens of the world." Her story shows how transnationalism can explain our unique, complex identities.